G'day boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Get Fit or Die Trying.
G'day boys and girls, I'm just down here at the Clayton Bay Riverside Holiday Park, which is the only caravan park here in Clayton Bay. Now Clayton Bay isn't really renowned for its mountain biking. The whole Lower Murray area, you know, you've got sort of Gore, Currency Creek, Clayton Bay, Point Sturt, Milang, all the way up to sort of what would you call it, Alexandrina Road, you know, which goes between Strath and Gore. It's all pretty flat. It's just basically a floodplain, so you know, not a lot of elevation, but there is still plenty of kilometres to traverse, and some of it's quite nice. You know, we've got some sandy kind of four-wheel drive tracks that we're going to go on. We've got a bit of single track in this nice kind of reserve, kind of old rail trail sort of thing, which is really good. And yeah, so it's not too bad. See these old vans here? These are these retro vans you can also rent out at the caravan park here, besides your unpowered and powered sites. You've also got cabins like this one here, and yeah, you've got the toilet facilities and the nice new camp kitchen there straight ahead. So yeah, it's not a bad spot. I'd definitely come down here again. But you know, there's no pub in town. There's no sort of shop to go and buy all your food and stuff at town. So yeah, if you want to get all supplies and whatnot, you've either got to go to Strathalbyn or you can go to Gore. There might be a little bit of stuff to get at Milang. I know there's a pub at Milang. But yeah, there is a yacht club here, but they weren't open to the public, which is a bit weird. You would have thought that maybe they could do some meals and drinks and whatnot, because the Sales Cafe, which is pretty much the only kind of licensed sort of place here in Clayton Bay, it's been closed for a while. I think it sort of had some issues during COVID, and I think possibly changing hands at the moment, so it's not open. But that was one of the places that you could go to, have a drink, listen to live music, have something to eat. I think they had a bit of a, you know, restaurant kind of theme going on there. So yeah, but other than that, just you know, bring all your own food and basically just do the camp thing, you know, have a barbie or whatever it is that you do when you're out camping. So that's High Marsh Island on the other side there. These are the views from the cliff top, going along this nice little winding gravel trail, which basically just sort of hugs the shoreline of the bay. So yeah, not a bad little ride to go and explore. It's probably only about 3 or so kilometres long. Then you've got to hit the blacktop and get to your other destinations. So, but yeah, I'll be basically heading up to Strathalbyn, and the following day I went out to Point Sturt, so I'll sort of tack that on the end of this video as well. But for now, let's just get out of this little place here and find our first little, I suppose you'd call it kind of, not even gnarly, but it's the most technical stuff that you're probably going to find here out on the plains. Some four-wheel drive tracks that have been churned up, something shocking. It's going to be about as interesting as it gets, I reckon, until we get into Nurragi Reserve. Looks like a bit of fun for you here in the mud, up to the axles here and there. Jesus, that is deep as. Bit sandy here by the looks. Whee, just a bit. Plenty deep too. Flipping it, come on mate. There we go. It's about as adventurous as you can get out here on the floodplains of the Lower Murray. Definitely felt the difference with these tyres going through that sand. I couldn't quite get enough grip compared to the Assegais, which is much better than riding on that bloody blacktop, boring as. Wind is very calm today, although here, you know, you haven't got much protection. There's still a bit, but they're quite light winds. Yesterday was pretty crazy, 40k winds and whatnot. Didn't bother getting out yesterday at all. I love these old dead trees, they look wicked. I just love the way that they The contrast of these dead trees against the barren land and the blue skies. I love it. It's telling me I got 137 k's range today. That's good, because it's about 80k round trip to Strathalbyn and back. Geez, she's pretty cut up through here. Jesus, look how deep some of this stuff goes. Mental. So that one there, that'll just take you down to Clayton Milang Road. Basically Milang's over that way, Clayton down that way. Similar kind of terrain I've just been riding. Been down that one on the motorbike actually. Don't know if you can see this bloke rocking the ultralight plane. Tiny little thing. That'd be pretty cool though. Don't know if you're getting that. Oh yeah. So here's a little bit of the, I think it's the Nurragi Reserve. So they've got these stalls here, you've got to pick up the e-bikes to get over. That takes you back into Milang. There's probably only another, I don't know, K or so of it that way, but I'm getting on it from the other side here. I'm going to take it right up to the Mount Barker to Victor Harbour rail line. Let's get this underway, shall we? Yeah. So this used to be a spare railway line that would connect up Milang with Adelaide back in the days when, you know, paddle steamers and shipping was done in the Murray, and they'd come along, load up their produce, whatever, onto the train, and through to Adelaide it would go, through Mount Barker and Strathalbyn and whatnot. But now it's a nice little Greenlane, and yeah, they're trying hard to keep the motorcyclists out, obviously, with these stalls that they've got here. So it used to be, yeah, the old Sandergrove Milang rail line, so that was the spur. So Sandergrove is where it connects up to the Victor Harbour Tourist Railway, as they call it now, Steam Ranger. But yeah, Nurragi walking trail / cycling trail. First time been down here, having a look at this, so I'm going to try and make my way to Strath, so I thought this would be the better way to go than just blacktop and bloody dirt roads. So. Wouldn't it be nice if you could just have a laneway like this, just to get you to wherever you wanted to go. No traffic, nothing too hard. A bit sandy in places. A bit of tree litter around, just to watch you don't get caught in the what's it. Tell you what, that acacia tree stuff is pretty bloody sharp. I'm not wearing any arm guards today, but not doing anything too gnarly except for these bloody trees. Definitely feel it more on the knuckles though. Bit narrow. Oh, a jump! Whee! Probably going to be one of the few bits of single track you're going to find out here around Milang. That's rideable, at least on a bushy. Oh, sound good. That's the sound of twigs entering your back wheel. Straight on the brakes, mate. I like how it's nice and twisty. It's amazing how you can get so much meandering within such a narrow corridor. Just makes it a little bit more fun than something that's just straight. Geez, I can feel the bloody acacia scratches on my arms and legs now. It's a prick of a thing. Righto, That's a fun little bit of track, that. Oh look, not even any wire there. A little bit more opened up this side here. .4 k's, eh, from Milang. Let's take this one, eh? Very good. Quite enjoying that. Glad they haven't put it up too high there, because e-bikes, man, they ain't light. You know, there's loads of corridors like this actually. I'm hoping to find another one today. We're just in between properties. There always seems to be a bit of a tree line, and where the fence line ends outside, and there's, you know, a few metres, and then there's a fence on the other side. And it's kind of like no man's land, you know. So yeah, it'd be good to just sort of ride through some of those if I can find them, as long as they've got sort of tracks going through them, not too overgrown. Here at the Nurragi Conservation Reserve. Just got this brochure actually out of the little thing back there. It's pretty cool. I'm about halfway along. Oh, I got on about 1k. I didn't quite start at the beginning. Trail goes for like 12.4 k's long. This point here, it's marked 6.9 k's. I've done 5.9 k's more than likely. But yeah, it's going to take all the way up to Sander Grove, which at that point there I'm going to try and see if I can find a bit of single track along the rail line, take me towards Strath. But yeah, it's pretty cool. All single track, really nice scenery, a lot of soul around. So yeah, you got these stalls to get your bike over. This one here's got the wire quite high actually. Some of them have got the wire on the fence quite low. You can lift your bike over on the fence side, but you can just get your brochures out of here, which is pretty cool. Just mind the redbacks and whatnot. Bit of a what's going on there. So I'm about here. Alright, so I've come from there. So I missed that bit there, basically. So I'm started there, going all the way along here. I'm here now. I'm going to try and get to here and see where I can go to from here. Otherwise I'll take the dirt road up there, get into Strath. But if you have a look here, Sander Grove to Strath. So I don't know, I might turn around and just come back down this way. Yeah, we'll see how we go. See how I'm feeling. I'm riding an eco all day. Just used a little bit of tour to get through some sand at one point. All good. And that looks like Mount Barker in the distance. Anyway, going to be heading through here, cross along there now, and do the rest of it. See you out on the trails. You. Man, where is the bloody... Oh, here it is. Here it is. Aha. Check it out. The old train station sign. I reckon if you're bike packing, you could just grab a spot alongside this trail here somewhere too. Nothing stopping you. As long as it's nice and flat. Not too rocky. An Acacia Avenue, number 22. So we're doing a slight kind of incline here, very slight. So if you're not keen on lifting up your e-bike over all these styles, you might want to avoid this trail. There's probably about 8 of them to get your bike over, so yeah, be prepared. Oh, going down into the cutting. A bit rougher here, open up these forks a bit. What I like about this rail trail is the fact that it has not been gentrified, you know, like a lot of the trails out there have got, you know, either a bitumised or a real flat kind of gravel wide path that's just not undulating, it's not single track, it doesn't wind its way around things, it's just basic kind of simple easy trails. But this is good, this is a nice bit of single track, and it's hard to find it on rail trails these days, you know. It's just really good that this has been left this way. This side's a bit more techier, isn't it? Nothing hard, but you know, a little bit of spice to keep things nice. A little less worn this side. A little more overgrown, isn't it? Unless it's just this little section here. Fucking acacia. Oh, Jesus Christ, that stuff is gnarly. Is there going to be a nice path through here or what? So far, it's bloody jungle. We might be opening up a little bit. I don't think so though. Fuck's sake. On the Nurragi Trail, or is it the Nurragi? I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Anyway, we're pretty much at the end of the line here. There is still a little section go, it takes you up to the main line, but once you see this sign here, and this dirt road here, and that Research Road sign over there, you pretty much want to just take Research Road, because there's no point going into this side here. You can actually see, as soon as I got to this point here, I realised how less worn it was. Doesn't get a lot of use, because you get to about the first 50 metres or so, and then it's just thick with acacia trees, and it's ridiculous. It's totally overgrown. You can't really ride or even bloody walk through there, to be honest. It's really overgrown. So yeah, they sort of let us down a bit with this section of the trail. They should get in there and take some brush cutters and you know, some secateurs and whatnot, and just clear a bit of a path through there. I mean, it's not much further till you get to the main line, but still, now we've got to go on the boring dirt road. But anyhow, there we go. So do yourself a favour, once you get to this point here, Research Road is there. I'm not sure what this actual road is here without looking at my map, but yeah, you want to take the road because the trail is just overgrown. Doesn't really look like it opens up at all in there, it's just all thick scrub. Alrighty, so I'm not on the Nurragi Trail anymore. I'm at the junction of Research Road and Greenfield and Greenway Road, and there's this little bit of bush for life kind of reserve here, no through road, but there is a trail on it. It's going to take me further towards Strath, so this will do. Better than riding, you know, boring old dirt roads. As long as this one doesn't get too overgrown, we'll be right. So far, so good. Here too, couldn't you? No worries, mate. Looks like we're going to chuck a left down this boring road. Rightio. So after a few boring kilometres of blacktop, I managed to find my way into Strath. Now this is a little bit of a linear park trail. Thought I'd just meander and you know, take a look around the nature side of Strathalbyn rather than just ride on the roads. So yeah, there's a bit of the seal path, there's a little bit of dirt path as well. And yeah, I just use a bit of this to get to the bakery, take the long way around and have myself some lunch. Somewhere I used to visit quite a bit when I was out on the moto. First time on the pushy day. Anyway, see you there. So here we go, we're coming towards the bakery now. You get all the loud bikes, you get all the bloody loud cars, especially this small drive here. Have a listen to this thing. Does anybody own a quiet vehicle anymore? Well, that was lunch done and dusted, and I'm now here inside the Strathalbyn Railyard and checking out a red hen here from the 1950s. These rail cars used to frequent Adelaide suburban lines up until probably the 80s, I reckon. Yeah, so we've got some old rolling stock in here as well, some rusty old wagons and whatnot. Thought I'd have a bit of a look-see. All the action must be in between Gora and Victor, probably with the cockle train, so there was no trains or sort of staff hanging around here. It was all pretty vacant. By the way, if you want a really good chocolate donut, the bakery there, really good chalky donut. It's got that nice chewy dough with the nice chewy chocolate icing on it. Oh, bloody beautiful. And the cheese Kransky was pretty good too, got to say. Anyway, we'll get ourselves out of here. We'll skip all the boring blacktop and yeah, we'll catch up close to a little bit of dirt stuff, and then I'm going to tack on the ride I did to Point Sturt as well. Just some little bits and pieces of it anyway, so try not to bore you too long. I know it's a long video. Thanks for hanging around so far. Bit of the old bush moto. Oh, we're going back around. Righto. Need to get out of here. Oh shit, that sand is deep, man. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my God, look at it. That is deep sand. It was alright coming down, but going up, yeah, nah. Turbo, man, come on. That's better. Just no grip with these tyres, eh? Wow. Crazy sand. Righto, so this is the day after, just on my way down to Point Sturt, going down Point Sturt Road, coming across this Landcare reserve, which is a bit of a kind of botanical kind of reserve. There's a lot of native plants that have been planted, and trees and shrubs and whatnot, and there's all these little signs and that to sort of describe the horticultural names or botanical names or whatever you want to call them. You know, if you're bikepacking as well, you could probably actually camp in here. There was no signs saying no camping, and there's plenty of flat land, and you know, in between the shrubs and whatnot, you could probably set up a tent and yeah, spend the night if you wanted to. Looks like they've gone and put gates up. At the top here, there used to be a bit you could ride down or drive down. What are they calling it? Vegetation program participant. Okay, so they're still letting you in. Oh no, they're not. They've got padlocks on it. Oh yeah, it's just a bit of wire. So what have we got here? Doesn't say keep out or anything. It just says shut the gate. So that's what we'll do, mate. So no more camping down here by the looks of it, unless you've got the key. Some of the tracks here are a bit sandy as well. So this used to be like the other area for free camping here in Point Sturt, but by the looks of things now, they've tried to sort of lock you out. So unless you're on a motorcycle or a bicycle, you're not going to be able to get through that gate at the top. So you got some nice little spots here. If you want to go bikepacking, ideal little camp spot just here. Bloody beautiful. Have a look at this stuff. Squishy squirmy. Whee. There we go. A few more roots in the middle. Whoa! Ha ha! Righto, let's go and see how many campers are at Point Sturt. Mrs. reckons 5, I reckon about 2. It's a Monday. It's coming into Point Sturt now. Bit of a free camping spot. We've got one camper already. Usually heaps around here. So there's one there. There's a little spot down here. 2. Oh yeah. So coming down to this spot here, it's kind of like the prime spot in Point Sturt here, because you've got a bit of a grassy area and you're sort of a bit closer to the water. You're not high up on the top there. It's a little bit less windier as well. But there are no facilities here. It's all off-grid, so you've got to be self-sufficient. So what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 in total. So me and the missus have been up here a couple of times camping, both times during Easter. Can get pretty busy, but yeah, it's it's a nice spot. I mean, it can get a bit windy as well, and there are lots of burrs to pick out of your dog's fur if you happen to have that kind of dog. The grass seeds and whatnot in the ground here, it's just quite gnarly. Well, there you go, boys and girls. That pretty much sums up the Clayton Bay, Milang, Strathalbyn and Point Sturt cycling experience. It's not super exciting, but the scenery is quite nice, and you can cover a few Ks. I think it was about 77 Ks first day, and that ride there to Point Sturt and back was about 30 odd Ks, so 34 I think it was. So yeah, you can cover a few Ks. If you're into road riding, well, there's plenty of blacktop to go and ride, but yeah, that just bores the hell out of me. Anyway, just going to head back to camp, pack up and head home because today is the last day. Oh, here's the little there's the little club rooms on the right there for the sailing club. So yeah, maybe one day they can get a little bit hospitable with the public and be pretty good right next door to the campground here. Get yourself a beer and a palmy or something. Anyway, that'll do for today's episode, and yeah, thanks for sticking around if you made it this far. We'll catch you out on the next one. Ta-da!